Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I'm going to look at your activity in the month of February upcoming through the lens of your position in the world, your perspective, your home, and your significant relationships featured prominently. What I have pulled for you is the Fool card. The Fool card is the very beginning of the journey of life. The number 0 equates to the beginning and the end in a cycle of human evolution and accomplishment. So you are in a position to begin something new, fresh, from a perspective of having faith in yourself. Your memories accompany you. You don't need others or any particular expertise except the lessons you've learned from your life thus far in order to be fully aware of your purpose and the exploration possibilities that are awaiting you. So here you don't need to know the conclusion or the destination you're going to reach. You're merely confident and full of faith in your ability to meet challenges head on and to maximize any obstacles as opportunities for growth and advancement. You are able and willing to take a risk that may look to others to be foolish or foolhardy, but is a calculated risk in your particular case. So this is you beginning a new adventure on your terms. This is a general reading, Gemini, so it isn't going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. And in the position of your social identity, this is where you fit into the world, the way others see you. The Death card is also the Rebirth card. So this shows that you have been doing your level best to release the expectations of others and realign your activities in accordance with your desires, your wishes, the pursuit of your dreams and your highest potential. This describes your willingness to make space for something new, which is precisely the Fool's journey. The Fool is starting from a clean slate, and that's exactly where you are, with the additional advantage of having learned a number of lessons from the expectations that others had for you or the conditions under which you observed and complied with the rules and regulations of your job, your position in the community, the way others saw you. So you did what was expected, and now you're ready to move on to your own original journey. In the first house, the Tower card, you are in an ongoing environment that is somewhat chaotic. You are observing the breakdown of a variety of structures, perhaps institutions in your life. There may have been a sudden and disruptive change that you weren't expecting. The breakup of a relationship, the resignation of a boss, the shutting down of a department or an organization that you were aligned with. Through this change, you have already grasped that this is truly an opportunity for you to step up and take the lead in some direction, for you to steer things into a direction that more clearly benefits you. And this is you not being afraid of the truth, perhaps the truth that was buried in the past, that was buried underneath the strict observation of the rules and the protocol of what was expected of employees or community team members to observe. You are speaking the truth about how the organizations or institutions, structures that are collapsing were not serving the purpose they were designed for. And in that way, you have a better idea. In the fourth house, the house of your home, your family, your roots and foundation also, this is the Page of Wands. And this is indicating that you are completely willing to start fresh. You are excited about this better idea that you have. You are excited about exploring an alternative to the way things have always been done. This is likely you in the minority. But that's okay, because you actually see that something that you have been pressing for, that you have been pushing for, that you have been wanting to pursue is suddenly available for you to step up, speak up, grab the resources that are available and set off on this new path of learning and growing. That is your primary impetus right now. Your primary motivation is that you realize your vision is much larger than you or your experiences, but because you can see it, you're willing to work for it. And working for it includes learning all that you can, being willing to expand your familiar skill set and community or audience so that you can be inspired and inspired others by the possibility of actually meeting your needs and meeting their needs as well. In the seventh house of significant others, the Eight of Pentacles is describing the devotion that is part of your vision. So the devotion, the vision that you have evolved through your experience has come about as you've learned more, you've worked your way up the ladder, you've improved your skills, you've improved your level of responsibility and accountability. And you understand that this is the secret sauce. This is the magic, quotes, that is going to allow you to be completely prepared for the opportunity that you're now pushing for. So it isn't as though you've been just changing the rules or ignoring rules that you once abided by, but you actually have been preparing yourself by improving upon your skills, learning from the experiences you've had exposure to, perhaps through the organization you work for, through the position you hold in your community, through your position on your team, that the way in which you can anticipate the opportunity that you are manifesting is by improving your skills, improving your evolving your character, personally developing yourself in the way that makes you, helps you to recognize the opportunities when they come. This is taking something very small and building it up. This is devotion, that you work because you love what you do, that you are dedicated, devoted to a craft because it speaks to your passion. You're willing to work above and beyond because you understand that you are the ultimate benefactor through the ability to provide an excellent service or create a phenomenal product, address the needs of your audiences or your community in a way that will benefit them as well. If this reading is resonating for you, Gemini, please like this video. Certainly, that is the most important thing you can do. I also enjoy reading your comments, and I always like knowing where you are. I have exchanges with many of my viewers, and I have to often surmise where they live. Some actually tell me, particularly when they're in another country, and I find that magical, that through the magic of technology that I can be speaking to people anywhere on the planet, and I love that. What I pulled for you is the balance card. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. I think the idea that you are no longer invested in the beliefs of an old system that you have labored under or within is important. That you recognize that it's about value and service. It's not about judgment. So you're not judging the old way as bad or wrong, or looking at the new as inherently good and positive. You understand it's much more nuanced than that, but you are accepting that you have gained value from the experiences that you have learned from. You acknowledge that that's where your skill set was gifted to you, how you learned it, how you grew in a particular area. And so the idea that you are bringing greater harmony into your world by integrating what you've learned with what you desire, what you see as an improvement, is very important in terms of giving you balance and presenting an alternative to those that are blindsided by the tremendous and disruptive changes they are experiencing. And in the first house, the Tower card is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune and the Strength card, two major arcana cards. Being the truth bearer has been very challenging, and you have paid a cost for it. Speaking up regarding new directions, new ideas, when clearly the institution or the situation you were in was very wedded and grounded in something very traditional, part of the status quo, the way things have always been done. And nevertheless, my sense is that you've always spoken up when possible, when appropriate, as to the alternatives that existed, alternatives that could have perhaps saved a situation from collapse, could have been proactively retrofitting skills, services, products so that they were finding a new life and a new value in the community that was being served. Being a truth teller was not popular, is still not popular. This is not viewed as being a part of the team, being a part of the status quo. It's looked at as criticism, which is, for in many minds, inherently negative. Fortunately, you know better, that change is a part of the natural flow of people, institutions, things. Nothing stays the same. Anything that endeavors to stay the same is doomed to failure. And so your time has come now, not in that things are going to be easy now. Oh no. Actually, you realize the work is really beginning because things are moving in a direction that you favor and that you believe is going to deliver long-term benefit. And this is really through a commitment to what it is you do, commitment to your purpose, to your service, in a way that understands that helping others who are engaged with you in this process of change have every right to participate fully, even if that means helping them to understand where their gifts, where their strength is, where they need help in order to be a participant. This is maximizing the real inclusion in this effort, this organization, this project that you're working on. And this is the time to open up about an idea that may be unpopular, unfamiliar, or scary to some people, because there is a sort of void that exists because of the changes that you have been experiencing. In the fourth house, the Justice card. This is really about precisely the balance that you are bringing into play in your environment. And this balance, I must say, started from within you. You had to understand that what was out of balance, the sense of feeling no longer relevant, no longer productive, no longer efficient, that you weren't serving what you were intending to serve, was part of you addressing the lack of fulfillment you were experiencing and taking action on that. And in that way, you pull the organization into a recognition that it was time for a change. And you were part of bringing that change forward, even if there were other factors beyond you personally that actually would have been the cause of the change. But your lack of engagement in what current practices is part of you being ready and prepared. You had an idea, you had better ideas. And that is bringing the sense of harmony. Even if things are difficult now, you feel that you're on a productive track leading towards growth, accomplishment, and achievement. In the seventh house, the house of your significant others, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is describing this can be a mentor for you. This can also be a significant partner. If this is about a working environment, this can absolutely be a mentor slash boss, someone who knows your work, who has taken you under their wing, who sees your talent, who believes you have something to offer, and who has encouraged you, perhaps even tutored you at some level in the necessary tools you will need to step up to a position of leadership or management. This can also be a romantic partner, a spouse, someone who is there for you 100%, who perhaps has encouraged you to study, take classes on the side while you have been in a situation that they saw as unfulfilling. In the Death card at the top of your chart, the 10 of Swords, I do believe that a lot of the balance has come in through your advocating for a change. Not only did you have to make that change within yourself, you had to release the need to comply with the rules. You had to see that the rules were not set up for your success. And if they did promote or advance some individuals in the past, even the organization itself, that time is over. Being in that position of clarity was not a convenient or easy position to be in. Furthermore, speaking up about it was even less popular. I don't know that it made you enemies. It simply created a lot of fear for those that didn't necessarily have the courage or the inspiration which you are now lending to others, that something better is out there on the horizon. But you had to release all your allegiance to the way other people thought you should behave or the way others thought you should be. And that is hard because that is based on our social conditioning in many cases. It's based on the way we were raised by our families of origin. And so, in many ways, you have been courageous in laying to rest old beliefs that are no longer appropriate to the situation now. I'm going to finish up this reading, Gemini, with a crystal oracle and hope this has been helpful to you. If you're enjoying this content, I am going to link a video for you to click on if you would enjoy more content like this. And I pulled the Angel Aura Quartz. And the key word is, you will never guess it, lighten up. Gemini, this is not a hard task for you to do. There is a natural, joyful lightness to your desire to communicate, to share ideas, to share information. You have a way of making powerful or heavy ideas lighter, brighter, digestible. And I do think that may be a superpower for you at this time. So the beautiful Angel Aura Quartz is there to symbolize your assistance that is available to you. Thank you so much, Gemini. Until next time, namaste.